afternoon, Mzansi. I'm Palisa Tembe, and thank you so much for joining me in the loft for this very special edition of Afternoon Express. It's South African media darling Anele Mdoda's birthday, and we'll be celebrating along with her and her friends. And what is a birthday celebration without an incredible meal, and of course, topped off with a decadent cake for dessert? So I know our very own chef Anele has something special for us, and of course, she's accompanied by Chef Tumi, who are about to hook it up. So ladies, what's cooking?
Yes, darling. All thanks to the South African viewers. They chose oxtail as the winning dish. So today, we're starting off with the oxtail, part of Anela's birthday box. And then our second dish, what are we making?
Drum roll, Every day is pie day in the afternoon kitchen. So we're making a veggie pie.
Delicious. That sounds incredible. Thank you so much, South Africa. Thank you for putting your votes in and voting for that oxtail, because I have to say it is my personal favorite. So if you want to get cooking along with us and our favorites, or Anele, just head over to the Afternoon Express website and you'll find the full ingredients list and recipe. Now we have our special birthday girl joining us now. TV and radio extraordinaire Anele Mdoda is one of South Africa's much-loved media personalities, and I'm so excited to be celebrating this birthday with her. Oh, ladies, I'm sure the ladies in the kitchen also cannot wait to just be hooking it up. I love that, Anele Siswam. You seem like you are locked and loaded, and I'm not just talking about this lockdown. Happy birthday! Happy! You're looking so good, in high spirits on your birthday. How does it feel, 36-year-old?
Say that again for me, please. We're very far away from each other.
Girl, I just want to wish you a very happy birthday. How does it feel to be 36? A new year? Is it new year, new you?
Listen, I love being 36, but you know, I love my birthdays in general. I could have been turning 18, 98, 67, 54, but me and birthdays be like this. So, you know, I go all out and all of that, and my friends will always look forward to this day, and that's what we're doing today.
Yeah, it seems like you guys are ready to be cooking along with us. I mean, South Africa voted and they decided an oxtail is what they want to gift you with in the kitchen on your birthday. How are you feeling about the recipe? I know you have been hooking it up lately. So are you feeling confident?
Listen, I'm here for oxtail. Let me move you here quickly.
Okay.
Wait, follow me.
Let's go with you. I'm loving this tour of your... I love the tour of your kitchen. Ooh, looking so good.
That's my oxtail. That's my oxtail, and it's happening for you.
I wish I was there to enjoy it with you and just dive in, because, you know, as a family, kuthiwa siyadla sonke as umndeni, and we eat from one plate. So we'll just virtually eat on the same plate. And I know South Africa is going to be doing it with us as they cook along side by side. But birthday girl, you know, I have to find out from you. It is still the lockdown, and we still have so many restrictions that are in place. So at least at the end of May, it seems like there's a glimmer of hope. But for now, you know, under the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown, how has it affected you and your family?
Look, it's affected us a lot, because you must understand, we've got 3 kids in this house. We've got Alake, who's 4, we've got Lulu, who's 10, and then we've got Mateo, who's 13, and they all need to carry on with the school syllabus. So as much as like you're upset that you can't go out and you can't buy drinks and you can't do things that were comfortable to you, the first things first is that lockdown is not supposed to be comfortable for anyone, guys. Take your comfort levels and drop them by 10, and that's where we're supposed to be. And that's why we're just trying to make the best of the situation, and this is what we're doing today. How it's affected us, I think the only thing we've looked to do is to make sure that the kids get proper homeschooling so that they don't get left behind in the syllabus, because if in 30, 40 years' time, something like this happens again, we need to at least make sure that the kids that we raise are part of contributing to society, to fixing whatever pandemic the world is facing then, instead of just like sitting back and complaining that they can't do what they want to do.
Yep, it's all about raising responsible children in this 21st century. I love that you're doing that and you're taking on that responsibility. But I know earlier you were speaking about birthday celebrations and you and your friends always getting up to the absolute most when it's your birthday. So, you know, we've got a birthday message here from one of your besties, Uminentle. I mean, Uminentle actually taught you how to open a champagne cork, ne?
She did, and I thought I'd messed it up. But she was like, no, Skim, you've got it right. You've got it right. And apparently I did it okay.
I love that, Ailalela. Skim, yourself and Mini Dlamini make for an incredible duo. So please, may we just have a look at this fun video, wishing you happy birthday, and of course also opening that champompo.
Celebrating with you, but you know this lockdown got us locked down, and you know you throw the best parties. That's the one thing I know we're missing out on this year, but we miss you and we love you and we hope you're having the most amazing birthday. Thank you so much for always having my back in good times and in bad, and always being my support system. I love you so much, my sis. Mwah! Happy birthday, Skim!
What a touching message coming from Uminentle saying happy birthday, Skim. Again, Anele, we know that you guys normally do it big, so how are you toning it down this birthday?
I'm not toning down anything. I'm not toning down anything. In fact, so what I've done is I've sent mystery boxes because I love cooking. So I've put together a few ingredients, like my favorite meats, and I've sent it to all my friends across the country. Everyone has now officially received everything. The cutoff time was Afternoon Express, 5 p.m. If you didn't have it then, you don't have it. So everyone is tuned in and they're watching and they want to see what your chefs, Afternoon Express, are going to do. And everyone got an apron that says approved by Anele.
Approved by Anele.
Yeah, you guys must tell us what we must do.
Oh, I love that. Approved by Anele. Everyone's boxes are loaded, locked and loaded. We have got Istofo turned all the way on, getting ready to cook along with Anele. Thank you so much for Ikrosa, Sisi. We appreciate it. Anele, we have enjoyed every second of celebrating your birthday so far, but we still have so much more coming up, and we get stuck into making the winning recipe from Anele's birthday box. Back to the special edition of Afternoon Express, where we are celebrating with media queen Anele Mdota. Can I get a hell yeah? Yes, I love a good birthday celebration. Thank you so much, chefs, not only for hooking up the food, but giving all that birthday cheer. Now, ladies, I have to find out what is cooking.
Wow, my darling. You know, no birthday is complete without a dish, a delicious meal. And because of the viewers, we are making oxtail. My darling, this is one of my favorites. So, Anele, you and I, same WhatsApp group, girl. So we're about to go in here with this oxtail. I'm going to be making the meat part of it, and she's going to be making the savory rice that's going to go with this dish that we're making today.
Stunning. And Chef Anal, how does a savory rice come together perfectly? What's your technique going into this?
You go into your fridge and you get everything you can that's left over veggies in your kitchen. So I've started with quite a bit of oil and butter.
Ooh.
Butter makes everything better.
Indeed.
So, and I've fried some onions in here just to start it, to get that sweet flavour through it. And I'm going to add a bit of garlic now.
Okay.
What is Anele doing?
It seems like, okay, so we've got something quite special for our viewers, something we have never done before. But of course, Afternoon Express will go above and beyond for a birthday girl. We have Anele and some of her closest friends cooking along in their very own kitchens at home. Hey, ladies. I don't know if the ladies can hear me. What's up, ladies? Can you hear me?
What are they cooking? What are they cooking on that side?
Well, you know, Chef Anele, it seems like they all have received this mystery birthday box that Anele has put together. And it has all the ingredients that we have in our kitchen now.
Yeah.
So they're making the exact same oxtail that we're making, chosen by the viewers. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how everyone's individual dishes come together quite spectacularly. I wonder if they'll all get the same taste.
I wonder. I don't think so, because everybody throws in different things.
Yes.
Like you're doing a tomato base.
Yes, I'm doing a tomato base, but it's also a bit of sweet and sour. So it's not your typical stew. I'm adding a bit of flavors here and there. Actually, Anna was asking me earlier why I'm putting ginger into it. So one of the spices I've actually got in is ginger.
Okay.
Ginger?
I'm open to something different. I'm open to something new. Putting ginger in an oxtail, so be it. I love that. Okay, so because we are doing something out of the ordinary, something super special for all of our Afternoon Express viewers, we want to make sure that Anele and her friends can see us, can hear us, and can experience the same magic in the kitchen. So I want to check one more time with all my ladies. Ladies, how are you doing in your kitchen?
I can't hear anything. No, okay.
Anele, let me check up with you. I mean, what is your technique here in the kitchen? Do you have a strategy at all?
They're busy cooking, Polly.
How about busy, shame. How about busy. And you know what?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Yes, baby, we're missing you, birthday girl. It seems like you guys are having too much fun without us. But that's okay. It's your birthday. You're allowed to party. How is it going in your kitchen?
My kitchen is fine. Remember, I cooked my oxtail and my lamb shank. I braised it for an hour. The lamb shank, I did it with rosemary and garlic. And my secret ingredient, which is beef stock in lamb. And then my oxtail, I put Coca-Cola, a little bit of brown sugar, beef stock as well, lots of water, braised it in that, onions, and now it's gone into the oven for 2 hours each.
Anele, did I hear you correctly by saying you have put a fizzy soft drink inside your meal? What does that do?
Do you know what the thing about Coke is? First, Coke has got sugar, right? And sugar naturally tenderizes meat. And then it also has like a caramelizing effect to it. So that towards the end, when you're cooking it and like everything is reduced, it makes it nice and sticky and delicious.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to try putting in some cola into my stew. Because, you know, South Africa, tell me if you love that too. Have you heard of that? Or is that maybe like it's an old wives' tale, something that our grandmothers and grandparents used to do back in the day? I don't know about you.
Well, then I'm an old wife, old wife style, because my mommy used to cook like a chicken in cola.
Oh, wow.
Chicken in cola. They call it cola
Camilla, your
chicken.
phone is mute.
No, I understand. I agree with you as well, because even when I make chicken wings, I like to put them in some cola.
Okay.
The basting actually has Coca-Cola. So, yeah.
Well, it seems like I'm the only one. Okay, ladies, we're just about to head over to a commercial break, but I just want everyone to wave at me, send me some love from each individual kitchen. Dumelo, I see you out there. Lady V, give us some love, give us some waves, give us some dancing. I love that energy. Okay, so coming up, we're going to get some handy tips on saving during lockdown and connecting with the gorgeous all-rounder Kira Gangia. Don't go anywhere.
Find your smooth fortune with Tropica. Buy a Tropica, follow the entry details on the pack, and stand a chance to win your share of 1 million rand in prizes, such as a trip for two with KLM to Amsterdam, LG G8X cell phones, LG TVs and dishwashers, guest vouchers, guest watches and accessories, plus the smooth grand prize of a Suzuki Ignis. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win. Tropica. Nothing smoother.
With 7 weeks of the national lockdown behind us and countless more ahead of us, it's safe to say that this is no longer a temporary situation, but a new way of living. We've all had to change the way we work, live and play. This afternoon, I'm joined by Esther Ush from FNB Money Management, who wants to encourage us to use this lockdown period to re-examine how we spend and, most importantly, how we save. Hi, Esther.
Hi, Melissa. Hi, viewers.
Thank you for joining us. Now, Esther, with lockdown on level 4 and still in effect, most South Africans are still not spending money on transport, dinners, and, you know, just those leisurely activities. And from the fortunate few that are still able to work or do so remotely, how can we use this time to save money?
So there's a couple of things, and it's very important that we break that down from the beginning. If you look at it at the moment, what we've got a situation that you're not spending money on entertainment, you're not spending money on transport, going to work and that type of thing. But you know what has gone up a little bit? Your data costs have gone up a little bit, your groceries. I mean, I go to the fridge more often than ever now. So you're doing a little bit of saving at the moment. So what you're not paying on your transport, what you're not paying on your entertainment, take that and put it towards your savings and also put it towards your debt repayment so you can get out of that debt position sooner rather than later.
You've said it, Esther. If someone is thinking to themselves, but I don't feel like I'm saving or spending less, how can you encourage them to review their finances and identify those saving opportunities?
Absolutely. The quickest thing is go down to the basics. Have a look at your bank statement. Have a look at what you were spending your money on pre-COVID, pre-lockdown. You know, were you stopping and buying a coffee on the way to work every day? Were you entertaining? Were you going and having your hair done every week? All those expenses are not happening anymore. So you probably are doing some savings. And if you've got that savings and you've got that money lying in your bank account, sweep it off, put it into a savings account. Don't leave it there so that it's a temptation to spend more money.
Okay, so that's generally a rule of thumb. Do not leave it in your active account. Put it into that savings account. Okay, so what other rule of thumb is there when it comes to our salaries and how much should be going to our savings?
Okay, so before the viewers spit at me, listen to me and then just let me unpack it here. The first thing is you want to build up an emergency savings of more or less 3 months worth of expenses. Why? Because emergencies happen. We have never had a truer example of what we're going through at the moment. Can you imagine if some of our viewers and some of our customers had that 3 months worth of saving available, they would be buffered against what's going on here. Then after that, you start looking at your medium-term and your long-term goals. How much do you want to spend for retirement? What does your retirement look like? What are your goals in 5 years? But a rule of thumb is at least 15% of your savings over and above your 3 months worth of emergencies.
Okay, thank you so much for that. It does sound like a lot, but it is doable because you did say a little goes a long way. So from 50 Rand to 150 to 500, put in what you can and keep in mind the future. Now, also thinking in hindsight, as you've already mentioned, many that have unfortunately had to face pay cuts or job losses are wishing that they would have started that saving account a long time ago to accommodate this lockdown period. So what advice do you have to individuals and families to use this time to plan for their financial futures moving forward?
No, so that's a brilliant question. You know, we do have a little bit of extra time on our hands at the moment. So it's quite a nice opportunity to do this sort of 4-step program, to go through this whole 4-step thing of, first of all, what you need to do is you need to think. You need to dream. You need to reflect. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Where do you see yourself in 15 years? If you've got a partner, you've got a spouse, someone like that, bring them in as well. So, for instance, is your kid's education very important for you in the next 10 years? Do you want to retire comfortably in the next 10 years? Then do you want to, I don't know, buy a new home in the next 5 to 10 years? Have that discussion as a family unit. Then come together with that think, dream, reflect. Once you've got that in place and you're on the same track as a family unit, the next thing that you want to do is you want to prioritize. I've only got this much in a month that I can spend. I want to spend on these things that are important to me. Then you come to the trade-off thing. Listen, I've got these things. I can spend on these things. I'm going to leave these guys for later. That's the third step, that trade-off. And then, very importantly, in that third step is the action card part. It's no good having this whole thing of think, dream, reflect, but you actually need to do something about it. You actually genuinely need to do something about it. So as soon as you've got that in place, set up those scheduled payments, start those investments, make sure that you do it and you do it immediately. If you've got a scheduled payment that's going off, make sure it goes off as soon as possible to payday so that it's out of mind, out of sight. And then very importantly, on an annual basis, make sure that you reflect, that you take note, that you actually review what you have done on a regular basis. Once every 3 months, 6 months, maybe just have a little bit of a check. But once a year, when you do that personal financial day, check in and see, is this still what you value? Do you still want to spend money on these things that you value? Great opportunity now that step one, think, dream, reflect. Then you need to prioritize. Then the trade-off and action, and then review. Those 4 steps. And that's a great opportunity now when you've got a little bit of extra time on your hands.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It seems like we have to be very proactive when it comes to our finances, Esther. So we've taken note of that and we will do exactly as you've advised. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Use this time to sit down with your money and see where you can save, because it is possible. And we'd love to hear from you, so connect with us on social media and let us know how you've changed your spending and saving habits during the lockdown.
We can help you bank safely from the comfort of your home. Download the FNB app. FNB, how can we help you?
What an incredible conversation about money, something that a lot of people have no choice not to take for granted. Let's take care of the cents so the rands can take care of themselves. Make sure that you pay very close attention to everything that you're putting your money on. Especially and importantly, make sure you save and you do that budget so incredibly. We have to go to an ad break now, but after the break, we're back with superstar influencer Kriya Gangia. See you after the break. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. She is undoubtedly one of South Africa's most diverse media personalities and definitely a force to be reckoned with. I'm, of course, talking about Kriya Gangia, a vivacious TV presenter, actress, MC, businesswoman, and apparently a chef in the making. Welcome to Afternoon Express, Kriya.
Thank you so much for having me. You make me sound amazing.
Girl, I don't make anything happen. You've made yourself the woman that you are today. So we have to salute it. I mean, we are under lockdown, though. How have you been holding up?
Well, surprisingly, I've actually been thoroughly enjoying it. I know it's something that a lot of people, aren't enjoying at the moment, but I think it was time in my life where I just needed a little bit of space, a little bit of time at home just to reconnect with me. And I've actually really been enjoying lockdown.
This is a kind of a reset button for all of us, planned or unplanned. And I like that about that. I like that you're also being positive about it. It's also no secret that you've been cooking up a storm during the lockdown. So is this something that you're trying now for the first time, or have you been cooking?
So I absolutely love cooking. It's kind of like my Zen place. I go there to de-stress. If I'm having a terrible day, then I bake something. The only problem with this coping mechanism is that you end up getting really, really fat and you have to do a lot of exercise. But I've been loving it. I've always loved cooking, and this time has actually given me a lot of space to experiment with some of the stuff that I haven't really tried before. So when it comes to Indian cooking, it takes a little bit longer to kind of get all those spices right, the combinations, cook things like biryani. So now that I'm based literally at home all the time, I have the time to actually play around with these things. So I've made biryanis, I've made profiteroles, which is choux pastry and creme patisserie. I've done buttermilk biscuits. I've done so many of those complicated things that I wouldn't normally have the chance to do. I've experimented with them.
Ooh, your kitchen seems like it is on fire. I mean, you and Anele Mtota, same WhatsApp group, because I want to live in your kitchens right about now. But what I like about this is that we're about to head over to our kitchen here on Afternoon Express. So I want you to critique us and put it up on social media, and let's see how Queen Biryani, Queen Indian cuisine, feels about our cooking. I mean, we're making a stew, so it's not necessarily Indian cuisine, but it's close to a curry, right? So...
yeah, pretty much. Let's go have a look.
Okay, cool, perfect. Now, you're also fond of traveling. I mean, you've established a travel blog called Kriya Travels. However, this entire travel industry has been hugely affected by COVID-19. So how do you think the world of travel will look post the pandemic?
You know what I've noticed is that, one, it's going to take us a very long time to get back to where we were. It's not going to be the same again. And you can see it with a lot of lodges and a lot of establishments in South Africa that are kind of trying to, keep their regular customers or people that are thinking of visiting them reassured that they're taking all of these measures at their establishments. So it's definitely going to take us a very long time to get back to where we were. And it's unfortunate because it is one of South Africa's biggest incomes, is tourism. So a lot of lodges, a lot of establishments, airlines, airports, all of those things are going to actually have to really up their measures when it comes to safety and health-wise as well.
I like that, though. I think that that's something positive to look at because, by them upping the safety, upping the hygiene, it makes sure that everyone is taken care of and every age group, every health level is pretty much sorted, sanitized and clean. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, and maybe there'll be a few less people at lodges because they'd have to do a little bit of social distancing.
Yep.
But I think generally it's still going to be a great experience. I mean, who wouldn't want to visit South Africa?
Period, Pooh, and that is it. Who wouldn't want to visit our great country of Mzansi? You see, it's that positive attitude and approach to life that I love about you, especially during these very interesting times. So what is your secret to happiness and your positive outlook on life?
So for me, it's always kind of plan ahead and look for those moments in life that you're going to cherish. It's very important now, especially when you can't really be bogged down by the present, but rather looking at what the future has to offer. So set up a couple of goals for yourself, set up a couple of dreams, and start pre-planning to that. And I think that's going to get you through this tough time.
Beautifully said. Let's write down the goals. And what I found specifically helpful is putting pen to paper, physically writing down the goals, keeping yourself inspired, keeping yourself having something to look forward to. Say it out time and time again every morning. And who knows, post-lockdown, you might be the superstar you've always dreamed yourself to be. Thank you so much.
If you say it, you can bring it into reality.
Absolutely, sister. Thank you for joining us. All the best and all the love to you and your family during this lockdown time.
Thanks. Same to you. Thank you for having me. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Cheers.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
So, ladies, as you heard, Kriya has definitely put us up to the challenge, given us a lot to live up to. I mean, have you heard her tips and tricks about putting together those cuisines? So how is our oxtail looking?
I'm already dancing because I know that we're going to win this one. Like, whether she wants it or not,
Yes, yes.
Our recipe is the winning one.
Our recipe is the winning one. That is so beautiful. I wonder how Anele is doing in her kitchen at home with her friends Uvuyelwa and also Utumelo. I love those three ladies. Bringing together that sisterhood, the same sisterhood we celebrate on Afternoon Express. It's the same sisterhood they have all the way in Johannesburg. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, so what are you guys doing now specifically just to update our viewers at home? And then after the break, we'll come back to put the finishing touches on our dish.
So what I've done is my oxtail, I seared it on the outside just a little bit to seal in the moisture. I went in with my tomato paste, tomato puree. I went in with my garlic, my thyme. I put in a couple of spices in there. And then after that, I'm going in with my beef stock as well as my sugar. I remember I told you sweet and sour. I'm going with my sugar now, and then we're going to... Last ingredient will be the stock. And then I'm just going to leave it to do its own thing. Mela, you remember yesterday you were talking about together. I'm going to let it all cook together in the pot there and do its own thing. And just forget it's even there. Low and slow.
Low and slow. That sounds like a nightmare for someone like me because I'm hungry now and I want my food to be delivered to me now. But it is okay because it's giving me something to look forward to. Chef Anele, how is it going for you?
Well, my rice is looking and smelling fantastic. I've added some parsley, some carrot, so I'm mimicking her ingredients. I've put some spring onions in, some paprika.
Wow.
I'm going to add more butter.
The more butter, the better.
And some smoked paprika. Can you smell it?
Ooh, of course I can.
And it looks divine. I can't wait to get tucked into this.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the ladies that's cooking in their kitchens are jealous of what we could
I feel like after the lockdown, we should have a special birthday edition where we bring them back in here and then we do a challenge right here.
A real challenge, and I know South Africa would love to see it. I mean, South Africa, we have answered your cry. We asked you yesterday and throughout leading up to today's show, what do you want us to be cooking along in the kitchen? And you have answered us with this gorgeous, gorgeous oxtail. But worry not, because I'm sure some other viewers have also decided to put their votes in, and they might be feeling a little left out right now, saying, what about that lamb rib? What about that sirloin? You know, so what do we have for those viewers who feel like we left them out?
Do not worry, we've got you covered. We literally have recipes for all three of them. So just go onto the website. That's all they have to do. Get onto the website, get the recipe for the ribs, get the recipe for get everything, like anything you want. Like, we've got it.
AfternoonExpress.co.za.
That should be the song every South African is singing, AfternoonExpress.co.za, because that sounds so good to me. A fact that we've got three incredible recipes lined up for you on our website with the ingredients list, something for you to enjoy at home. But after the break, we're going to be coming back with another veggie pie recipe that sounds also just too delicious to even think about. So see you after these.
Tonight at 7:30 on Tropica Island of Treasure, Curacao. The remaining 3 teams enter the Tropica Long Life ceremony for one last time.
Points don't matter now.
There's an epic elimination challenge. Get that nose behind the line! Who will finish first? The road to fame and fortune continues on Tropica Island of Treasure, Curacao. That's tonight at 7:30 only on SABC3. The stage is yours. Own it.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on the special birthday edition, celebrating all things Anele Mtota. But in the kitchen, we are making something so beautifully decadent, something special. I mean, yesterday you saw us hooking up some samosas, but today we are making an incredible veggie pie, I believe, with the help of Clover Olive Pride. Now, this blend is beautiful, and I love the fact that we're using it on almost every dish.
Yes, that's the best thing about it, where you can use it to bake, you can use it to fry. The one thing I like about this is the light olive flavor in it. So it basically imparts flavor in your dish. It's actually approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation, so it's actually good for your heart as well.
Okay, so it's certified here.
It's like certified, girl.
Not like me that's certified.
Everything you say, Anel, is certified. Because I find, I mean, Tumi, when we missed you last week, Anel was helping me in the kitchen, and I had the pleasure of trying some of her recipes at home, and it was a winner every time. So you are certified, girl. Certified gold. Certified platinum. What are you up to here? What veggies are you putting
she is using veggies, tinned veggies.
Yes.
So I went to our fridge, this beautiful fridge behind here, and we used all these vegetables last week. So I want to show people that I can also make a pie, a veggie pie, with the stuff that was in the fridge. And that you mustn't throw away, say, if your red pepper looks like this, just cut off the sides and you can use it in a pie. So I'm going to use veggies out of the fridge and make a pie.
So no need to throw away something old. Just cut out the crust that looks a little touch and go. Throw that away and use that fresh bit of the pepper that is on the inside. I like this challenge. We've got a fresh veggie challenge and we've got a canned veggie challenge, but all going into a delicious pie.
Because what we're trying to show people is that you have to be willing to try anything. I mean, people have this a lot in their houses, but not too often do people celebrate it that much. So we're trying to show you that even your tinned veggies can be celebrated in a beautiful, delicious pie.
Jimmy, what have you done there? I saw you put the oil in and...
So I went in with our oil. So normally whenever what I'm doing here is I'm doing a roux. So whenever you do a roux, it's mainly done with butter. But we're using Olive Pride. Star of the dish. So I used my Olive Pride here. I went in with my flour and oil. I made a bit of a roux. And then I went in with my mixed veggies, which are going to be the base of our dish here. And then I put in some curry. Because obviously the mixed veg, I think a lot of people don't enjoy it because it doesn't have too much flavor. So we're adding the flavor to it now. I've went in with our curry, curry powder, and then I'm going to go in with some parsley. And then whatever herbs you like. If you prefer something else, please go in. Go crazy, whatever you prefer. And then I'm going to go in with some stock. Cook it down. Because of the roux, it's going to thicken. And then once it's thickened, we're going to go inside and fill up our pies.
Okay, this sounds great. A lot of steps, but essentially, we don't want anyone to get overwhelmed here in the kitchen. It is very simple. Take what you have and put it in the pot.
Basically.
That's simple. And for you, Anel?
I got some cheese left over, so I'm going to add some cheese to my pie. And yesterday, we made samosas with phyllo pastry. And tonight, I put it under a nattuk.
Ah, well
So it is not crinkly at all.
I heard you and about the bed and layers.
So what I'm doing now, I'm going to take a bit of the olive oil and I'm going to just spread it over here. And I'm going to show you something beautiful to do with some pastry. So I'm just going to crumple this up like that.
Oh, wow. And now, don't you want to move that ceramic pot there? I just want our viewers to see everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I've just crumpled it up like that over my pie. And I found some mustard seeds also. Didn't go out and buy it. If you've got sesame seeds, you can go and get some sesame seeds.
Okay.
And I'm just going to do that. Polly, and if I will actually add some stock as well, but I don't have stock.
But
it wasn't left over. You can put some stock in. And I will put this in at about 180, and it's going to be divine. Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
It's going to be Da Vinci.
Sounds delicious and sounds easy enough to make. I mean, for yourself, Domi, how's it going that side?
It's going really well. So remember I mentioned we've got the already made filling. I put the filling into the fridge to cool down because we want it to thicken so it's easier to actually put into our pie pastry. So what I'm using today is puff pastry. Yesterday we were using phyllo pastry. Today we've taken it up a notch and we're using puff pastry. The reason I love puff pastry is that it puffs up beautifully and has that nice crunchy texture on the outside, and then it has beautiful gooey taste on the inside. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'm just quickly rolling it out so that it's easier for us to maneuver around this pastry here.
Pali, you know, to me, to me,
It's all love.
I don't know what's going on. To me, what I do with my bought puff pastry, I put a bit of butter in. I smear a bit of butter over it.
Yeah.
I roll it up and roll it out again. So it's
Oh
even more butter.
More layers.
More layers.
You are the butter queen. Let's just all agree to that.
Yeah.
That Anel is the butter queen. Butter,
Yeah.
cheese, anything rich and delicious, you take it. That's your cup.
Rich and delicious like my husband. Just joking. South Africa, we are giving you options here in the kitchen, and that is what I love time and time again. If you don't want to eat meat and you're not a meat eater and you do not necessarily want to be making an oxtail or any of the lamb, this is the recipe for you. A beautiful vegetarian pie. Or if you're a meat eater like the rest of us, we will be continuing with our oxtail recipe after the break. So keep making sure that your pots are on and having a good time.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
So we are blessed enough to have the birthday girl back with us. Hey, Anele, how's it going there?
I am superb. Okay, I want to show you how my oxtail is going. Hold on, Flo,
Okay.
take it out.
Please do. I'm very intrigued. I want to see the colors in there.
Flo is my sous chef, by the way. There she is. This is Flo. She's my sous chef.
Hi, Flo.
We've taken it out of the oven, and there we go. And it's now falling off the bone.
Oh, wow. That looks so good. Don't you want to tilt the camera just a little bit more? We want to see a little bit more of that food.
Wait. There we go. Wait. Actually, let me do this like this. There you go.
Ooh, yummy, looking delicious. I know someone else, though, who hooks you up in the kitchen and who helps you is your darling son, Walake.
Okay, wait, he's here. I like it.
I would love to say, tell him Auntie Bali says, hello, come to the TV.
Yeah, yes. Wait, he's running. I like it. Come here. Come say hi. This is Mashe. Say hi, Mashe. Hi.
Hello, Mashe.
Mashe's cool, so.
Okay, she's the cool one.
Come, I like it. Come say hi. I like is busy, like, doing his life here.
Oh, he's acting cool for us. Oh, TV star. Hello, Alake. Hello, boy. How are you?
You're saying, how are you? What's happening?
How are you, boy? Can you hear me now? Are you good?
How are you?
You good. Have you wished your mommy a happy birthday? Have you said happy birthday, mommy?
Did you sing happy birthday for mommy? Yes.
Oh, yes, he did. That's all the love that I want to see going on right now. And that's what birthdays are about. They're about spending time with your loved ones and those that you treasure the most.
Okay.
So how do you separate his responsibilities in the kitchen? Because a lot of danger can happen in a kitchen.
There's a standing rule that if I'm cooking, don't come into the kitchen. So they kind of have to, like, ask for permission. Can we come in? And then I'll look to see, is the oven closed? Is the stove, not like emitting heat? And then it's fine. But I mean, with the 13-year-old, Mashe, she bakes better than anyone I know. So she's in and out of here as much as she wants to be. Lulu's just stepped into, like, the realm of cooking and all of that. And she's 10. So she's fun. I like it, guys. I like it's the one you have to watch out for. Like, I like it's always like, where are you? What are you doing? Like,
I'm sure.
Are you not trying to kill yourself? Generally. No,
I'm sure I like it, right?
have got a death wish. Like, they've got a death wish. Like, you constantly have to watch out. Are they fine? Are they eating? Are they drinking? Are they sleeping?
That's so beautiful, though. I'm already seeing the personalities coming out. He might be 4 and everyone else might be the different ages, but those personalities are stronger than ever. So it is your birthday, and birthdays would be incomplete without special messages from loved ones. So we've got a special birthday message here from someone very close to your heart. Have a look. She goes by Miss Universe. You might know her.
Sister of Tembisa, mother of Alaki, queen of the radio waves and our television screens, first of her name, and judge of Miss Sauda. Happy birthday, Anele. I'm so sorry you had to spend it under lockdown, but I mean, you get to spend it with those you love anyway. So I hope birthday, you know, all those nice things. So happy birthday.
How does that birthday message make you feel, Anel?
You know what? It's Zosie. Let's tell you guys about Zosie. Zosie wrote her own future. It didn't matter who was a judge and who was there. She was always going to win. I remember, right? The reigning Miss Universe was one of the judges in South Africa, Catriona Gray. And during rehearsals, we watched the girls rehearse and we loved all of them. I mean, I remember, you know, even Unompumelelo Maduna, who stood out for us, Sasha, who ultimately became Miss South Africa. But Zosie came, right, and her hip, she had this like hip sway that like dominated the stage. And then afterwards, like, this is like 11 at night, the night before the pageant, Catriona's like, guys, did you see Zosie Bini's hip sway? Like, she's like this small, but like that little person like dominates the stage. And we're like, exactly. And I think she's won us over just with being effortless. And so when I get a message like that from New York of somebody who's like out there cementing herself and chasing her dreams, it just shows us that like things like in South Africa, don't fight them. Either jump on board and say, I'm going to use this to give me my dream, you know, or go find another dream.
Yeah, I like that. And I think that also speaks a lot about yourself, Anele, because you are one of those individuals. You believe in writing your own destiny, being in full control and being the author of where you end up in life. And you have gotten a nod and a complete celebration from publications that are quite notable in South Africa, like True Love. Last month in April, we saw you rocking those 19 voices that are representing South African women in the industry. How was that for you?
I love that so much. It was amazing because we constantly, like, you know, we're being pitted against each other. I think that's how people feel, that, you know, there's only 3 top spots in the industry, and if you don't get those, you don't exist. And what True Love did is when I got that cover, I saw all the women who are so much, you know, so much better than me in their craft and what they do. And I didn't feel threatened. I didn't feel like, oh my word, I don't belong here. I felt like, oh my word, in what I do, I belong here. So she's an actress, you know, she's a thespian, she's a writer, she's a chef, Siba, you know, she's Rami Trene, who is like the country's sweetheart, you know, she's Lut Love, who is, you know, the country's favorite mommy, you know, at the moment. It was just so many people who I realized that I'm so blessed to be mentioned among these ladies. And in 20 years' time, you can look back on the cover and you can speak of longevity and just an effortless execution of self. And that's what I feel that True Love was celebrating.
An excellent execution of self. You have put that so beautifully. No wonder your voice was added to the 19 voices. Stunning. If we were to add a male into the mix and make it 20 voices, I believe we've got the man for the job. And the man for the job, oh, I see that stew coming along quite well. Delicious. And I'm sure someone who also wants to have a taste of that stew is Mr. Sia Kolisi. And I would like to give him the honorary 20th place as a voice. And this is his birthday message to you.
Sisanele ufuna ukuthi happy birthday namhlanje utye kamandi usuku lakho siyabulela ngomsebenzi wakho wonke umenzayo apha eSouth Africa, and I hope you have a blessed day with your family. I know it's tough times, lockdown, there's no party this year, or maybe later in the year we'll celebrate it, but thank you for all you do, all the lives that you're changing in South Africa and using your platform for the greater good of South Africa. We appreciate you, we love you.
Oh, what a touching message. How do you feel about Sia's message?
Colette, konnichiwa. That's what I call Sia. I call him konnichiwa because he won the World Cup in Japan. And this is so special for me because a good month before they landed in Japan, I was there with my friends. And because I'm a person who loves my ancestors, and that's my belief. Yeah. I believe in Nomfene, or Sati, or Lisa, or Jambas. So I literally walk the streets of Japan like calling on my ancestors that when South Africa lands, my ancestors take care of them. And I remember I posted that on Instagram. I'm like, Sia, I've done my bit. You do your bit. You bring your talents. I've brought the spirits. The gods are with you. So anytime I receive a message from Sia, it goes way back. I dig him, I dig what he does, I dig Rachel, I dig their kids. And I love the newfound spirit that he and the team and Rassi Erasmus injected into the country. And I know it was a team effort. And that's what I love Sia. Sia doesn't take it and say it's mine. Sia's like, look who's standing behind me, look who's standing in front of me. Then let's celebrate.
So beautifully said. These are incredible individuals that wave the South African flag high and proudly, and that is something that we here at Afternoon Express have to admire, because there are so many youngsters following suit who look at you guys, look up to you guys, and say, one day is one day. I'm going to be there one day, standing side by side next to these greats. Now, there are greats here with us in our kitchen, and there seems to be another great in your kitchen. Who is that whipping it up? Wamash?
This is Mashi. Yeah, there you go. What do you say? What a saying that you say lately? What is it? No, not YOLO Sag, the other one. Gang. Banter, for the banter. Oh, yes, everything she says is, let's do it for the banter.
Ooh, okay, so we're cooking for the banter, we're celebrating for the banter. I mean, you did say Anele Uguti Amahle is the cool one in the house. So she's cool with the lingo, she's down with it. Here in our kitchen, though, we've been holding it down. Ladies, Anele, Tumi, thank you so much for cooking along. And our birthday girl, Anele, at home, thank you so much for choosing Afternoon Express to wish you a happy birthday with you as you end off your day. Here's your birthday cake from your cake there at home to our birthday cake here on Afternoon Express. Happy birthday, wishing you many, many more. Now, tomorrow, we connect with South African Afrikaans singing sensation, Brendan Paper. Thanks for joining Afternoon Express. Good night, Mzansi, and happy eating. Thank you, Anele. Good night and happy birthday. Yeah, boo. Hey.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.